don't know why, but I've been so tired lately, so I was like, screw it, we're getting outside for a little while today. So Bronte and I decided to head down to the river, and we're just hanging out, and yeah, just trying to get some sun is something that I've been trying to prioritize lately, is just getting outside more, even if it's like way too hot to be outside, but I just need it for my mental health more than anything. But yeah, Bronte and I are pretty lucky that we get to live somewhat close to the Boise River, where we can just pop on down and have a little mini river day if we want. And surprisingly, it's really empty right now. For the last like month, it's just been packed full of floaters and people on every single part of the river. It's like oddly quiet. I mean, that's kind of the nice part of being a streamer, is I can come down on a random Tuesday like today and just do whatever I want whenever I want, technically. So this is honestly the best benefit, in my opinion, is avoiding crowds on the weekend. So it's been kind of nice. So I am still on the hunt for a main new stream game just to grind. And yes, I have Apex, but I'm not really in a grind mode for it. And I need that itch of learning a new game from scratch. And I just haven't really found anything that's interested me lately. But there is a new game called Super People that is coming out really soon. And a beta for it just dropped today. And it's their final beta, and it's basically PUBG with superpowers, I think. I just got it downloaded on Steam, so we'll see how it is. Now, I did see some people talk about this game a few months back when there was a different beta, and I kind of remember them saying it wasn't anything special, but honestly, the drought is so bad for games right now, I will take anything. So, I have always had this issue or personality trait, however you want to call it, about me, where when I'm interested in something and it involves a product, I always end up wanting the absolute best of whatever I can get. So for example, I always want the best graphics card, the best monitor, laptop, TV, like it doesn't really matter. And a funny thing always ends up happening where a lot of times I will save up a bunch of money and I'll splurge and get the best thing that I could possibly get. And after a while of using it, I can then look back at the maybe not as nice products and realize that maybe I didn't need to spend so much money. And lately this has been on my mind with a very, very expensive, probably one of the most expensive items I own, and that is this camera. Now, I am currently shooting with the Sony a7S III, which is like every YouTuber's dream camera. I got it about a year and a half ago, and I absolutely fell in love with the camera once they announced it and once I started using it myself. Now, that said, over the last couple of months especially, I've really been thinking about it, and I'm like, do I even use this camera to its limits though? And like, do I really push it to where it was worth me buying a $3,500 camera? Now, part of me is like, yes, I want to give you guys the absolute best experience in these videos, but I watch so many creators where it totally is true. They don't use the best cameras, but I love their content because of them. And I'm like, I get it now. I get where most people come from. It really is true, but I'm just one of those people where I'm like, no, but I need to have the best just to experience it. And I feel like I already did that with this camera, and I'm ready to move on. So because of that, I have made the decision I should probably be smart about my money, and I am going to sell this camera that I'm using right now, and I have another camera to unbox. Now, I do want to say up front, this camera that I'm about to show you guys is still completely overkill for the vast majority of streamers and content creators, but I am someone who obviously cares a lot about video quality, so I did make sure to get an awesome camera still. And this is the Sony a7 IV. Now, this camera is typically around $2,500. The a7S III that I'm filming with is $3,500, but honestly, most pros can barely tell a difference between the two. It's more on how you go about using the camera, and honestly, this camera is a lot better suited for true professional use, like filming weddings, real estate, but for YouTube, most people will never notice the difference between these two cameras. Because this is also a photo camera, it does come with a cool feature called Super 35 mode or crop mode. Basically what that does is it punches in on the image to where I basically can zoom in for free on any of my lenses 1.5 times, and the quality is still in perfect 4K and it looks amazing. So basically some extra range when I'm out and about vlogging, which is an awesome feature to have that this camera just can't do. That plus $1,000 cheaper, and the picture quality is basically the same. it was kind of a no-brainer that I went and got this camera. Still got the flip out screen. It literally basically looks the exact same as the Sony a7S III, except for it has a different dial, and that's about it on the exterior. But the one thing that I am really nervous about is apparently this camera can tend to overheat when shooting video, so I think we should go out for the rest of this vlog and just shoot some stuff and see how it holds up, and I'll give you guys my thoughts on it. Yeah, I'm excited to see if I really notice too much of a difference between these two cameras. Bronte and I are downtown in Boise right now because we wanted to go grab lunch because it's Friday, but also it's really hot out, so I'm like, I should probably test out this camera and get some cool B-roll, see if it overheats. So fingers crossed the quality turns out awesome. Holy crap, it was hot out there. But luckily, I was filming in 4K 60 for the vast majority of those shots, and I had my camera on basically the entire time. No overheating or even overheating warning. So I think I got a good unit. We are good, and hopefully the footage turns out okay. But overall though, I'm really happy with this camera. It's definitely a good vlog camera for sure. So be sure you are subscribed so you can see more vlogs like this one, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace, guys.